Hello, this is Rijhad Rashid with the HSM Militia. We're going to be reviewing a freighter we saved from a Hyperdunk in the Colelie system not too long ago. I was initially passing through Colelie onto somewhere else when I noticed that a ganking team known for hyperdunking were bumping an obelisk off Bay Gate. Uh, as I passed through, one of the ganking members of the team went ahead and aggressed the freighter, and that alerted me that the hyperdunk was just starting in progress. It was fitted in the wrong ship, so I flew back to my home system, picked up the Falcon, had one of the other members of the HSM militia team, Jock Itch. We formed up and went ahead to go back to Colelie and try to stop this hyperdunk. Hyperdunking is a relatively new form of ganking. Uh, Usually it has three elements: a bumping pilot, typically in a mercurial battleship. They will initially engage the freighter pilot off a gate and try to panic the freighter pilot into logging off. They have the freighter pilot watch listed, so they know when he logs off, and then they'll have a member of the ganking team who will engage the freighter, typically in a rookie ship, and this will put a 15-minute aggression timer on the freighter. And what this 15-minute aggression timer does is it prevents the ship from disappearing in space for 15 minutes. Normally, when you disconnect or log off, your ship will immediately start to warp in a random direction 1 million kilometers away from where your ship was at. But with the 15-minute aggression timer, your ship won't disappear in 1 minute, it'll disappear in 15 minutes. And this gives the ganking team enough time to combat probe your ship down. They'll warp to it and start setting up the elements of the hyperdunk. The other elements in there will be a bowhead pilot. He will be carrying a load of ganking ships, typically catalysts, and he'll also be carrying shuttles or rookie ships. They'll deposit the catalysts right near the freighter, and they will deposit the shuttles some distance off grid from the freighter. The other element is a ganking alt. The ganking alts will board the catalysts, start attacking the freighter until they're destroyed by Concord. Then the gankers will warp their pods to the group of shuttles. They'll board the shuttles, and this will draw the Concorde away from the freighter where the ganking's taking place, back to where they at and where their shuttles get destroyed. Now back in their pods, they warp back to the freighter, board the catalyst, and rinse and repeat until the freighter is destroyed. Because they're using so few gankers, it doesn't take a large force to disrupt their operation, as you'll see from this video. Here, Rod just arrived in the Colelie system. I've dropped my combat probes, and I am starting to scan down the freighter. I know the freighter is 1 million kilometers away from Bay Gate, and I'm just positioning my combat probes around that gate. Since the freighter is so massive, has a large signature radius, it's fairly easy to find. There's not too much finessing in order to find the freighter. Once I locate the freighter, I'm warping to the freighter and assessing the situation. When I arrive on grid, I immediately notice that there's a grouping of catalysts around the freighter. The bowhead pilot is on grid as well as the bumper. The gankers, they notice that my combat probes are out in space, and they immediately start trying to recover as much of the catalysts as they can. I can prevent the gankers from boarding the catalysts by locking them up. This prevents everybody except the original owner from boarding these ships. In this case, the original owner will be the bowhead pilot, and the bowhead pilot's not going to disembark his bowhead to save a catalyst. One of the ganking members of the team warps in his pod and boards a catalyst. I decloak and I start locking up the catalysts. I engage the ganker with my ECM jamming and prevent him from doing any damage to the freighter. I lock up the freighter to observe how much damage he's taken. Obelisk just barely into armor.
Standby 1. Are you gonna stay here?
Yeah.
Give me a sec. If we can try this, I don't know if you let me. If you unlock and at my mark, and then I'll board the ship.
Roger. Just be aware he may have it locked up too.
Let's try it. Unlock.
It's unlocked.
Tee.
I'm going to warp away.
Warp drive active.
I'm going to re-warp back in at range. This Mercurial may be a warp in to gank my Falcon.
Yeah, I'm heading back to Delta to reship back to the Algos.
It's been 15 minutes since the last aggression on the freighter. It finally disappears from space and is no longer under any threat from the gankers. Stick on station for a little bit longer just to make sure the pilot doesn't log back in and there's going to be any other issues. And it does not, and the gankers finally log off, and it's another successful freighter save by the High-Sec militia. All right, thank you. Okay, the Obelisk is safely logged now.